So right now, at the time of this video, we are officially on the first day of pushing above this major resistance, which may or may not hold, which I don't think will hold. I think eventually we are going to drop to the downside. So there's going to be three different indicators that we will show and demonstrate by example today, and show you case by case in both a bear market and a bull market how these three different indicators behave. Okay, so the first indicator that we're going to use is something everyone is very familiar with, and we're only going to use it on both the 4-day and also the weekly chart. Okay, we're going to use both of these charts right here, and then we're going to overlay each of them. So this is the 200 moving average. Okay, so let's go on the weekly, on the historical one, go further back and see how this has been behaving thus far. And let's see some of the typical patterns that we can see. We can see that the 200, this is the 200 EMA, exponential moving average. The difference between an EMA and the SMA, the simple moving average, or sorry, the smooth moving average. Hold on, am I getting it wrong? Simple moving average? No, it's called the simple moving average. That's right. It could sound like smooth though. So it's different because the exponential moving average gives it more weight near the front. Okay, so it's taking a combination of 200 bars back, giving the average price, and smoothing out a line. That's what the any type of moving average does. You can see that in the bear market, the very first one we've ever seen, which was in 2015. Well, what we saw was that after we hit the moving average, we eventually still dipped down a tremendous amount of literally 36%. Okay, that's a huge amount. So with conviction, we can say that in the first bear market, we've actually dipped below it. Now, in the second bear market, something almost similar kind of happened. Right? The next bear market, 4 years later, we ended up just smashing below it again, right? Well below it, by over 25% below the moving average. Okay, and then we rallied a little bit, and then eventually we just ended up entirely smashing below it again. Okay, but I want to make note that by the time we reached here where it caused a rally, this has been over 365 days. It's been over a year till the market bottom. We're actually on day 161 right now. Okay, so with more conviction, we can now say that every time we got to this price point, it ended up going below the 200 moving average. And then the year after that was even worse in the last bear market. In the last bear market, this is what happened. Okay, we fell down in this type of pattern that we see in the channel. And then what happens is it ends up just dropping to the downside, hits this particular support region, which is coincidentally the 200 EMA. And then right after that consolidation, okay, I'm going to show you the consolidation in better time. So you can see the consolidation, which actually lasted 30 days. And then it just ends up tanking to the downside. Okay, so we can see that on the weekly chart, the SMA, it doesn't, it's kind of irrelevant, right? The 200 SMA so far. So we can see it still drops significantly below that, where it's dropping below the 46. So anybody that's saying right now, okay, that, oh, we're holding here because we got to the 200 EMA or SMA, it's just going to be a matter of time before we consolidate a little bit and then drop significantly below it. Right now, there is an insurmountable amount of evidence and reasons why a bull market cannot happen right now. Okay, first off, our institutions are risk off right now. If we're going to get a little bit into the fundamental of the war, which I'm not going to get into the politics because my channel is not here to debate about the politics or give views on that. But the general facts about any war is when they begin, they're very expensive. And right now, especially in the Gulf countries, there's not going to be any money to reinvest back into the American economy or into crypto because there's a war out there. There's a shortage of oil. There's a major problem right now in the Middle East with oil and oil supply. Regardless of what you guys are hearing about it, this war, short term, is going to have some significant impacts on the economy short term. But as we all know, war is great for longer term. When there's blood in the streets and there's shed, That's where the money is made. Okay. So I've demonstrated in every bear market so far that the 200 EMA never holds. And if it does, it's only absolutely temporarily. Okay. So the 200 EMA is brutal, right? When you look at it, it's not something you can truly rely on, right? Let's go with another popular indicator now, where we're going to look at something called the Supertrend indicator, okay? Which is another common indicator. These are all free, okay? So what we can see here on the weekly chart is I've got mine set to a low multiplier of 2, okay, guys? And just so you guys know, my elite tier group, my Discord group has 2 different tiers. One is the elite tier. It's just a basic group with basic updates for video and calls here and there once in a while. You know, it's not the most interactive. Still a great place to be, trust me. It's a very good group. But then there's the platinum tier group. That's where in the bull market, I live stream anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a day. This upcoming bull market will be the very first time that I have an opportunity to live stream from the beginning of a bull market. So I can anticipate a major profit where I'll do it live. And the group is actually capped at 100 people. And that's it. And 2 people ended up expiring out. So now there's room for 2 more, but 1 person joined already. If you guys are interested in either getting in the group or getting on the wait list, I'll contact you, DM me, and I'll let you know all of the information. But that's definitely where you want to be in terms of trading with me and getting the best information. So right now in my Discord group, I'm currently in a laddering stage during this distribution phase to enter a multi-million-dollar short position. And my reputation is that I'm good at 2 things. One is I'm an excellent scalper when it comes to shorting, short term. And 2, I'm very good at catching major short positions in a bear market over a longer period of time. So every bear market since basically 2021 or since this year too, I was practicing here. I gained all the experience in 2022. That's where a lot of money was made. So I would consider myself very well versed when it comes to a bear market and understanding how they oscillate. Okay, so I believe that we're far from out of the woods right now. I believe that we will eventually hit a wall and we're going to end up dropping to the downside. So this right here, this is called the Supertrend indicator. And I'm going to basically label this here for you to see to make it easier. So let's do that. All right. I'm going to remove the circles. There we go. Okay. There. So you can see that when it says buy and sell, right? This is on the weekly chart. You can see that, actually, let's go further back, sorry. And let's also change this to 3. Let's give it more clearance. Or 2.5, let's be perfectly clear here, 2.5. Okay, so now you can see that in a bull market, what happens is this, okay? Sometimes, when they begin, it goes all green and then it flips to red to a sell and then it flips to green. And then once it does that, it basically just goes into the bull market full-fledged. And eventually, of course, by the time the price is like, the sell signal shows you over here, right? It's already dropped. We're talking about like 50%. So clearly the signal's too late to rely on, okay? The signal is very good to use when you're trending, okay? That's important to understand, okay? It's used as a tool to enter or exit when you're already trending, and it's going to be used in conjunction with a lot of other things. So far, this super trend indicator is actually doing very well. The bear markets stay red, and the bull markets right here, they stay green, right? They break up once in a while, right? Once in a while when there's too much volatility. This one goes up 52%. It falls down 39%. When there's too much volatility like that, it does show a red sell. Then it goes back into a buy. So it's been fairly reliable for 2017 as well. And then you can see for the bear market, it was very reliable, right? The moment that it broke out, right, then it shows us that's where the bull market is beginning. But mind you, this is the entry here. The green is when it's already going to like $5,000. So you're missing out on already 70% gains. So it's not really the best way to gauge it, okay? So what we're seeing right now is that this moving average, by the time it flips green to red, it's already too late. Therefore, it does lag still, right? I think we can all agree that it does lag still. But of course, you can always tighten up the multiplier to get it closer, but nevertheless, it's not the best tool to use by itself. And then you can see that in the 2020 bull market over here, 2021, it was very, very different as well. It just stayed green most of the time, flipped one time to red, then back to green. But what we can say is that every bear market that we've seen, guys, okay, that we've seen, it stays red the entire time, right, till the bottom. It stays red the entire time till the bottom. It stays red the entire time till the bottom, okay? So what do you think this will happen here too? I think it's going to stay red the entire time till the bottom as well. Okay, so we'll just keep it on the weekly instead of the 4-day because there's too much analysis. So this right here, I firmly believe that we're now at a point where there could be a rally close to maybe the Supertrend indicator, but most likely not likely. I don't think it'll get that close to it. Okay, so the Supertrend indicator is a great one to be using as well. So the last one that we're going to be using is the Kernel. Okay, the Kernel is my favorite. Let's compare it very, very quickly and briefly. You can see that in the last bull market, it reacts a lot faster. So we did agree that the Supertrend indicator was better than the EMA. Okay, you can see that. But in my opinion, I like the way that the Kernel reacts better, okay, for the majority of things, okay? But we're also going to compare. We're going to see that in the bull markets, they both flip from green to red sometimes, right? And here they both flip relatively at the same price. Here is higher in price. Here's, it's like, it's not that crazy of a difference, right? So, but what we can agree on, guys, is that in the bear markets, it behaves like that. It behaves like this, where anytime it trends in between these two, it acts like a catcher. It's like catching it in a net and then launching it back down. Okay, that's the way that I see 2015. But then the next time you see it, it does the same thing, where in between this ribbon, okay, it ends up, anytime you enter a short, you'll win it if you ride it to when it flips green, like that, okay? So then you see the same thing in the last bear market as well, where in this ribbon between the two reds, which are the super trend indicators, you can see that they just trend like that. So without doubt, without even the possibility of refuting what I'm saying, every single bear market has been the same. Every single one. This one has been the same as this one. It's also been the same as this one. And this one's probably going to be the exact same way as well. Where, just keep loading into my short position, please. Okay, by all means, it's probably going to trend somewhere within that same type of ribbon. So what we can say is that there's no such thing as the perfect indicator to use, and there's none that's better than any other specifically, right? Well, sorry, I shouldn't say that. There's some that are a lot better than others, okay? And there's some that are kind of useless. Like the simple moving average is okay, but it's not going to give you any idea of good reaction because of the way it mathematically obtains the values. So because of that, it's just a secondary tool that's used to gauge, to analyze for the public, since the majority of people do use it. But it's not anything special out there that's going to give you an advantage compared to what I'm showing you right now. So I just wanted to show you 3 different major indicators, and I compared all of the bull markets for you and also all of the bear markets for you. Something that we can conclude with 100% certainty is that all of the bear markets have all behaved the exact same way. Okay, every single one, which I've just demonstrated based off of trending indicators, and also pretty much every single bull market behaves the exact same way as well. Okay, so I think that we're going to be in for a surprise, right? When we're probably going to trend up a little bit, and then we're going to start to head all the way back down, just like how we've been doing it. I mean, just if you just look at this figure, what is it? It just goes up and then it just goes down, right? Like that's literally what it does. Look at this one. Is it any different? It just goes up and then it just goes down. And you look now, it's not going to do anything different, guys. It's just going to go up and it's just going to go down. It's going to do the exact same market cycle oscillation that we've seen time and time again with a little bit of bumps along the road, but the ultimate direction is down. That's it. That's why I'm already accumulating into a massive multi-million dollar short, okay? And it's going to be at least a seven-figure payday in what I projected based off of the risk to reward. It's very simple to me. Like, I'm just going to give you an example why it's going to be over $1 million payday. I've spent 2 months analyzing this. Let's say I average it out to about 78K. If it gets to 84 max, right? 84 and maybe 82 max. Actually, I'd be willing to dollar cost average to almost 85 and higher, maybe even to 86. So let's just say I get an entry, hypothetically, it goes up a little bit, and I get an entry around 83K. Like, I don't know, maybe a little bit right here, right? Look at the kernel. Let's just say I average right in between the kernel and the middle. And I stop myself out above the kernel, say 90K. My stop loss is now about, say, 10%. But my profit potential, guys, is what? You guys see it. What's my profit potential? It's about 33%. Okay, what's 33% of 3 million? There you go. That's how I'm going to get my $1 million position or $1 million profit with a 3.6 risk to reward ratio. And I would be baffled, entirely baffled if we broke above it. We have never once in the history of Bitcoin's bear market broken above the Supertrend indicator one time unless the bull market has flipped. I mean, the bear market flipped to a bull market, right? So you can see the red at the top. If you use the red at the top as a stop loss, you would never get stopped out in 2018, right? Or in any year. In here as well, in 2014, you never would have been stopped out once. Or even in the last bear market, you never would have been stopped out one time if you use the Supertrend indicator as a stop loss. Therefore, I will use my stop loss above there and trail it as it comes down. And this is in my mind, I've already manifested this trade, and I'm very prepared of every single scenario. If this happens, then that happens. If this does not happen, then that will do instead. So there's multiple paths that I've already created for myself, and I know exactly what I'm going to do if it gets to those ranges, and exactly what we're going to do if it does not get to those ranges. So this is now a game of probability where we're trying to navigate and go down the path that is more likely to succeed and have more confirmation, less risk, with also a healthy appetite for profit as well. So I think that time needs to be given to this market. Patience needs to be adopted in a major way for this upcoming bear market and how it's trending. I'm gonna bring you guys a little surprise. 1 second. All right, guys, she wanted to come on camera. This is Peanut. Okay, this is Princess Peanut. She's about 1 year old. Girls gone wild, yeah. Peanut's gone wild, yeah. Okay, go ahead, sweetie. Okay, guys, just wanted to show you my cat. It's one of the three. So this seems like it's pretty reasonable trade to be taken for me. That's why I'm starting to DCA soon, and more, especially now that we're starting to clear above the March 13 high. And that's it. I'm going to end the video here. It's been a little bit too long already. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoy this type of informative content, all you have to do is just hit the like button, show me a little bit of love, scroll down a little bit, follow me on social medias, and that's it, guys. And other than that, if you guys are looking forward to joining the Discord group, take a look at the link below. You will get quality updates like this daily. Okay, every single day I will update you like this kind of quality. This video I'm releasing now for YouTube, it's just kind of a once a week thing, barely, depending on my mood. But other than that, I'll see you in the Discord group, and definitely contact me because there will be only 100 slots available for my platinum tier group that will lead into the bull market where I will live trade. So it's good to solidify your spot now. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long wait list to have an opportunity to come trade with me live in the bull market with my screen literally being streamed live. So I look forward to seeing you guys DM me. We'll talk soon. Good luck. Bye now.